up, you guys? It's Dukes and Jiggy. We're here to discuss and say what's good with the 10 most anticipated sneakers of 2019. SneakerNews did this little article, dropping I think the second day of the year. So we're here just to talk about what we think about what's going on with these top 10 sneakers. Like, what's our opinion? Will we cop or drop? Or like just our opinion on the ranking in general. So
we might have some unboxings too, so stay tuned.
We'll be here every other Tuesday dropping videos for you guys. So let's just get started with how we look at this top 10 list.
I got the world in my hands, the master plan.
At number 10 is Giannis Antetokounmpo's Nike Greek Freak 1 signature shoe.
Which is ugly.
So
Which is ugly.
Okay, so let's get a little background. Giannis Antetokounmpo, he's been killing it with Milwaukee Bucks all season. I think they're first in the Eastern Conference right now. So it's kind of like customary that a prominent Nike athlete gets their own signature sneaker. So we see it with Kyrie, we've seen it with Paul George in recent memory. So with Giannis dropping his first signature shoe, it's like I'm not really the biggest fan of basketball sneakers right now and where they're going, but it's good to see him getting his own signature shoe, so I kind of fuck with that, like how it's going so far. But
I love hooping, and I think that shit's ugly. But what do you think about the backwards swoosh? You know what I'm saying? I feel like that's about to become a lot more prominent.
I say with the way we've been seeing the backwards swoosh, and we'll get into that like when we get into Travis Scott's Jordan 1 that's going to be dropping hopefully in April. But I liked it on the 1. I'm not really 100% sure how it will look on everything else, but It's pretty interesting, but like I'm not really feeling like this design with the shoe.
You can definitely count on Nike to reuse something to death. So you know what I'm saying. It might come. We might see it a couple more times throughout the year, even next year. We gonna see how that play out.
Yeah, I'm not the biggest fan, but
that shit is huge though. The fact that he's getting his own shoe, I feel like it's kind of like they should have been on that because even last year he was killing. Like he's unstoppable.
Exactly, league MVP looking like so far, but we'll see how they go. Moving on to number 9, we got Virgil Abloh's off-white Nike Air Force 1 in blue. It's looking like it's gonna be like the like a leather upper, like the Complex Con exclusive and the MoMA Air Force 1s look. But these are rumored to be dropping in June in one of his like little exhibition things happening in Chicago. So it might be another super exclusive drop. But with the rumors that Nike is getting rid of the 10, Virgil's getting rid of the 10. Like, we're not really 100% sure if like this will still drop, but other than that, this shoe was hard. Like,
yeah, that shit is tough. I think the different colors he's starting to do is fire. Like the Volt shit he did in that blue shit. I think the blue shit is harder than the Volt shit, but they both hot.
Yeah,
that shit is tough. That shit is so solid.
I always like what Virgil does with the Air Force Ones. The Air Force Ones are always like they're never a miss with me. Like every single one he's done so far has been kind of fire. So I like the way that like the blue looks on this. It looks like it's kind of like dyed, like it wasn't even meant to be like this color or whatever. Like he was just experimenting with it, and I like the silver swooshes on this. So yeah, it definitely gives me reminders of like the Complex Con exclusive Air Force Ones, and which I still really want. And I kind of like the blue zip tie on it, and the super foam tongue. So
yeah, that's probably like one of the dopest parts of his shoes is just the way he does the tongues. I feel like for me, I love that shit. Like. Just like the unfinished shit. That shit is dope.
So yeah, June 2019, hopefully the sneaker drops, and if so, hopefully we can make it to Chicago and try and cop, even though it might be super hard.
Shit. Yeah, we got to get lucky on that shit.
Let's see. Alright, number 8 is the Nike ISPA.
Yeah.
It kind of looks like an upper, like a high top Nike React. Nike activewear has been kind of getting up there, but again, just for my style, my taste, it's not I'm not the biggest fan of it. Like I could see how dope it could be. Like I could see a lot of like a cold wall kind of looking fits with this, but just for me, I'm not really the big fan of like how the sneaker looks and everything. But
I think that shit is fire. Yo. It got like the Presto feel to it with like the cage, but it's like all over. Then it has like the React elements, 270 elements. I think that shit's dope. I think it's just really different. For me, like with that shoe, I think it's gonna be dope to see what fits I can pull off with that shit if I cop it. Depending on what the price tag looking like. I don't know what it's looking like, but if it's decent, I might cop just to see what fits I can pull off. Cause that's one of those shoes. Like if you wear that shit with the right thing, you know what I'm saying, the fit really, you know what I'm saying, rock. That shit's gonna be fire. That's the type of moment where people are like, oh shit, you know what I'm saying? I ain't like that shoe, But seeing how that person wore that shit is like, that shit is fire.
Yeah, that's always how I try and base off like how I like a sneaker, if I want to actually copy it or not. I have to look and see how it looks on foot first. I'm never really the first hype beast person to be like, oh yeah, just because like, I know a lot of people want it, I want it. But like if it looks good on feet and if I think I can really pull it off, I'll mess with it. But just like I said, I know me with my history of trail sneakers, like all the Pharrell NMD, the Human Race joints. I never liked it after when they started doing the trails. So yeah, it's just another thing where I'm not really the big fan of the trails. But I could see some people putting it together.
That shit looks like I don't know why, but it just looks like some ninja shit. I don't know why. Like that sheath, I don't know what you'd call it, the webbing sheath, whatever the fuck that's around that shoe is just. That shit's dope, and all black. I think that appeals to me as well. But and I think that's 3M underneath that shit. I can just imagine how that shit is gonna pop.
I feel.
Yeah,
I'm pretty sure like with other colors it'll be pretty dope. Moving on to number 7, we got Sean Witherspoon's Nike Air Max 97 1 sequel to his first Air Max Day 2018 sneaker, where it's gonna be featuring like just a straight up like light blue denim upper. Like it's gonna be looking the exact same, just not really like the colorful bottom or anything like that. Still got the same smiley face, the same velour inside. So it's not really confirmed that it's gonna drop Air Max Day 2019, but the rumor swirling around is that it might. So we might be able to see this sneaker coming out in 3 months. So what do you think about the sneaker coming in?
I like it more than the first one. To be honest, I'm not a fan of the corduroy though. Wherever it is, it's an enemy. It's not bad, but it's not amazing. I'm gonna go out my way.
I mean, I'm not gonna say it's better than the first one because like I would kill for the first one, but for the second one, it's not a bad idea. Like I still like the coloring. I like the multiple ideas that I could do with the sneaker. Like that's always the thing I liked about Sean Witherspoon's first Nike Air Max. Like you could do so much with it. So
see, I'm not a color person, so like the first one for me was a dub because it had too much colors. So like the one now that it's a little bit more simpler for me. I like it a little bit more, but I still colors wise, I don't know, that yellow and the red and too much for me still.
Yeah, I think I'm also like not really the biggest color guy. But if I know I could wear like a multitude of different colors with it, but not really a lot of black, I could still rock it though. Like it's pretty simple to wear, just like with a white colorful tee and like some blue jeans. It's pretty easy. Different color socks and all that. So it's kind of dope. And I knew like one of the problems people said about it like was during the summer when you actually wore it was kind of hot on your foot because of the velour inside. But I still mess with it. Like I think it's a pretty dope sequel, but probably still not better than the original for me. Right. Number 6. We got more Nike Fear God Air 1 colorways.
Shit. They got some of the unreleased shit that's gonna release is fire, but definitely the ones that they chose to make a sample out of, like the pictures. I wasn't really feeling, but we gonna see. I think it's gonna be around half and half. Half of this shit is gonna be dope. Half of this shit is not. We just gotta wait and see how it turns out.
Yeah, I just don't know Nike. Like Nike's always done this thing where like every time they do something, they just run all the colorways into the ground. Like they've seen it with the Red Octobers. So I do mess with some of the Nike Fear God colors. Not like the one that we're seeing like in this little picture right here, because like I don't really see that being a Fear of God type color. Yeah. I kind of like it like if it's gonna be Fear of God, keep it Fear of God. Like if it's gonna stay true to with the earth tone colors, I mess with it super hard. But like I don't really think like neon, like green and orange.
It might be just because of the changing of the seasons. I feel like I don't know if Nike has a lot to do with that. They like to do things according to season. I know Jerry, he doesn't really have a release calendar when it comes to his clothing, so that seems like more of a Nike thing. But those colors definitely have that spring summer feel. So maybe it's on Nike's part, but I hope they don't decide to just do 1,000 colorways.
Yeah, I can see like what you mean with the seasonal thing, but like the thing I liked about Fear of God was that it never really felt like it was confined to a season.
Yeah, he doesn't.
You could literally wear Fear of God like almost any time of year. It's just a matter of like where you're at if you really can wear it all the time. Like I always mess with Fear of God just for that reasoning alone. But number 6, I'm really feeling it. Coming in at number 5, we got Sakai's layered Nike classics. They're gonna be doing an exaggerated blazer and an LDV waffle. Like I've seen multiple colorways of this. Like I've seen like the high top blazer with the blue and yellow in it. Then we got the gray orange swoosh right here. Like I was anticipating this the second I seen it in 2018. Like I really like these colors. Like, this shoe seemed like it would be pretty dope. And like the double tongue, yeah, that actually looks pretty dope.
That's another one for me. It's like, you know, when you wear it, it's gonna shine. It's gonna shine when you wear that for sure. I get the same feel like how with those was the ISPAs or whatever it was with the like Reacts and the 270s on it. Same feel. Like that's one of those things I'm gonna have to put on and, you know, put a fit together with. So I'm rocking with it. It's straight.
Yeah, I kind of just like that Blazers low key might make a comeback in 2019, like because we saw like with Virgil doing the Blazers over again, and
with the Dunks. I feel like they're in the same family. They'll both come back strong.
Yeah, those and SBs. Yeah, I'm definitely anticipating those coming out this year. I'm not really sure, but the Sakai's, definitely want to get these in my closet. Like hopefully I can. I just want to see like what kind of crazy fits I'd put together with this, what everybody else will do. So yeah, I will really mess with this. Yeah, number 4, we got the Air Jordan 11 Bread for holiday 2019. Like the way I've been looking at Jordan 11s for like the last few years, it's been looking a little like meh to me because like the luster of Jordan 11 kind of has never been the same since 2011. But
yeah,
like, I can see where everybody else would be messing with these Jordan 11s. Like I'm not really gonna be the biggest like fan like clamoring to try and get these during the holiday because like I've seen it like me working in the mall, like just seeing everybody going crazy for these sneakers like in DTLR and Foot Locker and Champs. Like, I'm not gonna be crazy, but I always did love the bread colorway.
I think that's like the most dropped colorway of the 11 that they've made. Is the bread one. Yeah. I think that was like the first 11 that I bought. I was the bread John, and then I ended up trading it for something. But I mean, 11s is never gonna go, man. That's gonna be one of the Jordans that is always gonna be around. You know, there's select silhouettes that's just always gonna be there. That's one of them.
Yeah, you see like every year breads and like not just breads but like all Concords, all Space Jams, the Gamma Blues, like all those Jordan 11s, like they go up in product like every single year during the Christmas season. Yeah. So I'm pretty sure they'll be cranking out more than 1 million pairs again this season. But like,
do you feel like Jordan Brand's kind of trying to cash in right now? I feel like, you know, their main, you know, marketing technique was like, yo, the exclusivity and all that type of shit. But I feel like now they're just like, you know what? Everybody wants this shoe. Let's just give it to them. I feel like they kind of threw it out the window. But with that, I feel like there's going to come some drawbacks. What do you think about that?
Man, Jordan has always been just going into like the vault, just bringing in like the old colorways and just bringing them back in, like doing new materials with it. Like that actually makes it better. But like, that's why I still try and cop like old Jordans from '94 and like 2001 because like that's the material that I'm like more comfortable with. It's the one that I like the shape of that shoe as well. You've seen like every other Jordan change its shape at least like once or twice. Like that Jordan 1 from '94 looks much different from the one from 2016. So yeah, like I'm definitely more of a fan of the old sneaker. Like especially since I was never able to get the Jordan 1s growing up. So like when I was able to get my own money and get my own sneakers, like I definitely have copped all my Jordans, like they're old except for the Nigels. The Nigel Sylvester was definitely one of my favorite sneakers that came out last year. So I'm not really the biggest fan of the Jordan 11s dropping and like how they've been now because like it was always the fun of copping an exclusive sneaker. Like it's not really a lot going on with Jordan Brand unless it's a collaboration with somebody to see like these new colorways, and like that's kind of what I want Nike to do. Like if it takes like collaborating with a certain person just for them to bring out new colorways and like bring back the fun of getting Nike sneakers again, then like I'm all for it. But I'm not really seeing it with a lot.
That's where it's at now. I feel like the hype around just Jordan Brand is kind of starting to fade, but I think the hype of working with Jordan Brand is still at an all-time high because it's like everybody wants to be on that type of level. Like Jordan is like as high as you can get, so it's like if you get it, that's like the biggest accomplishment at Nike for me. If you get to work with Jordan Brand, that shit is bar none. It's like there's nobody who's really doing that.
Yeah, always gonna be a dream to collaborate with Jordan. But yeah, now we're just gonna move on to number 3. The number 3 sneaker coming in is Nike Nike self-lacing Hyper Adapt basketball sneaker. So we've seen it with the Hyper Adapt, we've seen it with the Nike Air Mag. Like Nike's bringing in Back to the Future Part 2 from 1989 field with just bringing in auto lacing sneakers. So with this coming into a basketball sneaker, like what do you really like feel about like auto lacing sneakers in the NBA?
In the NBA, I feel like it's not ready yet. Because you don't want to be having sneaker electronic malfunctions and shit like that. That sounds stupid. You know what I'm saying? I feel like I don't know, maybe they're at that level, but I feel like it needs to be in the culture for a little bit. before it gets to the court, because like at the court you want peak performance. Like, you know, with casual wear it doesn't really matter. You know what I'm saying? With court you want peak performance. So, but I love the concept. Period. Like I think that shit is dope. Anything that takes us into the future is dope. Like I feel like that's just gonna push the next thing that comes out, and so on and so on and so on.
Yeah, any idea that they were able to bring like into the forefront from 1989 and bring into a sneaker that we've all wanted since we first seen it in Back to the Future Part 2, and actually bring it to life, like all the lights, like actually like lacing itself. I think it's pretty dope for the NBA, especially when like you never have to worry about it, like, oh damn, my sneaker's untied, so let me like take a timeout just to tie my shoe, or like a player's down, like now you're down like on a 4-on-5 mismatch. So I think it's a dope idea. Like I'm just interested to see like what sneaker like they're gonna do it first with. Like what basketball sneaker do you think they're gonna do it first? Do you think they're gonna probably do it with like Hyper Dunk or something like that?
Shoot, I would imagine it'd be something like that's, you know, like hyper something. You know what I'm saying? They always got different names, Hyperfuse, Hyper Dunk, whatever it's gonna be. But it's gonna be something that's been around for a while that they're gonna try and add it to. I could tell.
Yeah, I'm not really sure like if they're ever gonna drop it on a signature sneaker yet. It might be a little bit more time for that to happen, but for right now, Nike going in the direction of auto lacing sneakers. Let's see if anybody else like tries to take that idea and bring it to like any other brands. But I fuck with it heavy. All right, coming in number 2, we got Kanye West Adidas Yeezy basketball sneaker. Like I know that there's some controversy coming into the NBA because the sneaker has 3M and the NBA has a strict policy on wearing 3M basketball sneakers, so you can't really wear it on the court yet, but I'm pretty sure Kanye will take out the 3M for certain pairs to actually be worn in game. But for right now, I'm a fan. Like, it's pretty different seeing Kanye West like bringing in a basketball sneaker, because like you could actually wear the 350 and the 750 on court and it really wouldn't be a big deal. But like if you ever wore it out in the court, if you were just hooping for fun, somebody would be like, "Yo, you hooping in your Yeezys? Like that's crazy." It's like it's an active sneaker. Like it's a pretty comfortable shoe. So of course I want to try and hoop in it one time. But for this, like actually making it a legit basketball sneaker to be possibly worn by like some NBA Adidas signed athletes like Swaggy P, possibly James Harden. Maybe not, because like he has his own signature shoe. But like anybody else signed with Adidas is pretty dope. So what do you feel about it? Like actually being like a hooper out here?
I think it's gonna start a trend. Like I feel like basketball is one of the sports that blends with the culture the best, just because you're allowed to really express yourself. You know, people see your face, and like football, and you really they like taking all the restrictions off, like what you wear and stuff like that. So, you know, it's gonna be one of those places where like you can start to look for fashion now. Like when LeBron or James Harden come down the tunnel, you get to see like what they're wearing and stuff, which really wasn't like that before. So I feel like with this, even Jerry Lorenzo, like the basketball shoes coming in, it's about to make it so people are gonna start wearing basketball shoes again outside of hooping. Like, you know, when Michael Jordan first came in and he was doing that shit, it's about to bring that feel back. Like, yo, I could just wear these basketball shoes like, you know, whenever. You know what I'm saying? Especially with Yeezy and Jerry doing that shit. Like, that's about to be a thing now. I wouldn't be surprised if you start seeing like them retro and LeBrons a lot more. People actually buying them and rocking them shits.
Yeah, I'm definitely looking forward to what Kanye West will bring to the court. Like I'm saying, like he's actually gonna get on the court. But all right, coming in at number 1, the most highly anticipated sneaker that SneakerNews has dropped was Travis Scott's Air Jordan 1 collaboration. I've been looking forward to the sneaker ever since I went to the concert and I saw that sneaker on his foot. Like, this is where I am a fan of the backward swoosh. Like, the color, and like it looks like it's a suede upper, like it's all brown. The little stash pocket they're gonna have on it, like this is gonna be a super fire shoe. I really can't wait. I need 2 pairs. Like this isn't even me being a Travis Scott fan. I just like new Jordan 1 ideas coming in. That's why I was such a big fan of Nigel's. Like, but this Travis Scott 1 definitely gonna be my favorite shoe coming in this year. But like, what are you feeling about it?
I'm a Travis Scott. You already know where I'm going with this shit. I'm a Travis Scott fan, but I gotta come clean, man. This ain't it, dog. This ain't it, yo. I mean, to be honest, I don't think. Well, for me, it wouldn't like just the whole backwards swoosh thing, man. I don't think it. I think he's too creative for that. That's how I feel. Like it. I don't think it took that long to come up with that idea. So with that, I'm just not gonna let him fly with that one. But I'm a huge Travis Scott fan, but this one, man, I feel like he could just came differently and did a lot more with it. It's just not living up to what I thought he could do. So that's it for me. That's all I'm gonna say about it.
I feel like
the colorway, I'm giving that colorway. I like that shit.
Yeah, that colorway, that Cactus Jack, like really feel the sneaker. Like I'm not really sure what his inspiration was for this one, But I know that he wears a lot of earth tone kind of colors with like all of his fits. So like just seeing that brown upper, like it kind of fits his persona like pretty well. And then yeah, like just mixing my two favorite things in the world, Travis Scott and Air Jordan 1s, and putting them all together in one collaboration is definitely going to be like my most like vaunted sneaker coming out of this year. Like I've definitely been looking forward to this since I first saw him. Like I don't know what the release procedure is going to be, but like, I think the rumor is it's going to come out around April, around his birthday. So you can always expect like some big rollout, like coming in, like probably doing something crazy for the city of Houston. So there's Sneaker News' top 10 most anticipated sneakers of 2019. Like Dukes and I, like we definitely have like some differing opinions for a lot of the sneakers, but I know for sure my number one is still the number one. So
hell yeah, but we gonna get out of here, man. Appreciate y'all for rocking with us. Stay tuned. Every Tuesday we here. Go ahead and subscribe.
and if you like what you're doing, like if you like what we doing, just like comment down below, like click the thumbs up. Let's just see if you guys are really rocking with us here and there. So
yeah, more fashion, all year round. We can get into it.
all right, yeah, every Tuesday, we out.
All of these girls in my shows, they loving me, but I don't